Back in 1986, Swedish scientist Svante Arrhenius first published the idea that burning fossil fuels can pump CO2 levels so significantly that humans can cause global warming. This was the very first time when the idea of human-caused climate change actually went public. But back then no one paid attention to his statement, so time went by, and in 1930s measurements showed that average temperature of US and Northern Atlantic is increasing. But no one actually knew what's the reason for that. Maybe it's a natural cycle, maybe it's some regional climate event. At the same time, another scientist published his point of view, proving that those measurements already mean that climate change is underway. His name was Guy Stewart Callendar. He was an English steam engineer and inventor who, out of pure curiosity, decided to dive into a completely new topic – climate science. In the early 1930s, Callendar began collecting data on concentration and properties of the atmospheric gases, on the rainfalls and temperatures across the globe, on the role of the ocean currents and use of fossil fuels, as well as on many other factors. As a result, he produced the first ever draft of climate model, the mathematical model simulating climate behavior based on its core drivers. Even today, scientists say that his calculations were surprisingly accurate. But, as you can imagine, back then his research was not received too well. Members of Meteorological Society basically ignored his proofs and calculations, saying that a person with no relevant PhD could not be right on such a complex issue. But Callendar never gave up on his theory and kept working on it till late 1960s, publishing more and more proofs. He became one of the most significant figures in the discovery of climate change. Callendar's study raised quite a lot of curiosity towards the possibility of climate change in scientific community, and other scientists also continued to look into the topic. And in the 1950s, this was the first time when more broad scientific community went public, saying that we think climate change is really happening. We still don't know the reason. Humans might be a reason, but we don't have proofs yet. But guys, something is definitely happening. Popularization and investigation of climate change continued on bigger scale now, but no concrete actions to fight it were taken till one notable moment. On June 23, 1988, James Hansen, one of the leading NASA scientists, gave testimony to the US Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources. This testimony is considered to be the first call for action on the highest level. In his statement, he not only confirmed that according to NASA computer simulations climate change is happening, but he also highlighted that climate change is already large enough to cause extreme weather events, and with 99% certainty it is caused by human actions. His statement made headlines around the world and for the first time have started the real discussion between public, scientists and politicians.